Good day, everyone. Today I am going to report about gender and labor together with my partner Ira Reveal. But before we go further with our report, let us first have our objectives. Our first objective is to fully understand the relationship of gender equality, and labor. The next one is to determine the status of gender equality in the various sectors of the labor market. And of course, the last one is to comprehend salient policies on gender equality in the labor market. Now let us proceed to the introduction. Women face different constraints from men in the labor market. This is recognized in the Republic Act 9710, known as the Magna Carta of Women, enacted in 2009. So the government saw how the women are being mistreated in the labor market. So that's why they implemented the Republic Act 9710, known as the Magna Carta of Women, enacted in 2009. So what is this act all about? So this act recognizes that equality of men and women entails the abolition of the unequal structures and practices that perpetuate discrimination and equality. So the purpose of this act is to provide equal treatment, equal distribution of job of opportunities for both men and women in the labor market. So that's it. And in connection with employment, the Philippine Commission on Women, or PCW, indicates that Magna Carta of Women will level the playing field by making productive resources and economic opportunities equally available for both men and women. So as what I've said earlier, before this one, the government saw how the women are being treated in the labor market. So that's why they implemented that law. So to provide, it is stated here that to provide equal economic opportunities for both men and women. So that law that was implemented was a great help for women and men themselves. And now let us proceed to the employment sector. So what are these employment sectors? The first one is the agriculture. Women farmers do not have an equal opportunity to acquire land or register it on their own names. They have fewer inheritance rights than male farmers. Land ownership is important not only to women's ability to earn income, but also a source of empowerment and autonomy with the household. So as you can see here, the women suffers from discrimination against men because they have less opportunity to register their lands with their names, and that they have fewer inheritance rights when it comes to the agriculture sector of the labor market. Now let us proceed to the industry and manufacturing. The number of women working in economic zones is estimated to represent 64% of total employment and may be much higher in some industries such as electronics and apparel. So these studies according to World Bank 2011. So the workers of the industry and manufacturing companies are more on women. They are more on women employees, and in fact, the total employment of women in this sector of the labor market is 64%, and the remaining percent is indicated for the men work employees. So unlike the agriculture sector of the labor market, the industry and manufacturing companies or sector of the labor market have higher higher women employees. Now let us proceed to tourism. Few women have the educational qualifications for foreign language skills to compete for front of house positions in the hotel industry, as tour guides or in travel agencies, and women are more likely to be employed as housekeepers, waitresses, or similar low-level positions. I don't have any idea when this information or data was gathered because as what I've noticed nowadays, most of the, what do you call this one, employees in hotels, like receptionists and tour guides, tourism, are most likely to be women, not men. There are men actually, but the number of women working like those jobs are much higher than them, unlike when this data or this information was gathered, because it clearly stated here that during that time probably men have the qualifications to apply for this job, such as tour guides or travel agencies, and women are expected to work as housekeepers, waitresses, or similar low-level positions. So, just like what I've noticed is what I've noticed in this sector of the labor market is just it is similar to how the women are being treated in the agriculture sector, because women are, if in agriculture they are what given less opportunity to register their lands, in this sector of labor market they are only hired for low level positions. So imagine jobs like housekeeping and waitresses are called low level positions and is only available for women. So, and now let us proceed to the business processing outsourcing. The Philippines Information Technology Business Process Outsourcing Roadmap 2011 to 2016 is not gender responsive and does not address women's constraints in accessing higher paid work in non-voice services or the likely growth in information technology and engineering. So it is clearly stated here that the business processing outsourcing isn't what they call this one gender responsive, so they don't matter if the one applying for the job is a man or a woman, as long as you have the skills of the said job. If you are qualified enough to be hired, then they will hire you. The next one is the government services. Public sector employment is an important source of jobs with better pay and conditions for women than many other industrial sectors. But women are constrained by predominantly employed in traditional, gender stereotyped care sector government occupations such as health and education, and they are represented in the higher paying subsectors. So, as what you've noticed, mostly of the government employees are more likely to be women, because women have this natural or innate skills of being responsible, of being aware in such jobs relate more specifically related to education and healthcare services. So have you observed most of the employees in CSWD, PIDAO, senior citizen, and many more government jobs are more likely to be women? And now let us proceed to the entrepreneurship. So, there has been a rapid surge in the number and proportion of female entrepreneurs in in developing countries. So, this is according to the study of Miniti and Nadi in 2010. So, women are known to be innovative and creative. So, that's why they are more likely to be engaged in entrepreneurs and business. So that is mainly the reason why during this time there has been a rapid surge in the number and proportion of females entrepreneurs. So that's it. And now let us proceed to, so that's all for my topic. Thank you and God bless.